Tres parábolas de Jesús.
Please stand up and go to Luke 14, verse 1 through 14 in your Bibles.
Pónganse de pie y busquen en Lucas 14 del 1 al 14. Él lo va a leer en inglés y son diferentes parábolas que él va a leer, para yo no tener que leerla a la misma vez que cada cual busque en su Biblia, si la quieren incluir en español. Y mientras esté leyendo, si usted no entiende inglés, pues la busque en su Biblia en español. Amén. Gloria a Jesús. Lucas 14 del 1 al 14.
Does everybody got it yet?
Yes. Santo tú eres Jehová.
This one called Jesus at a Pharisee's house.
Se titula Jesús en la casa de un fariseo.
When he noticed how the guests picked the places of honor at the table, he told them this parable. When someone invites you to a wedding feast, do not take the place of honor, for a person more distinguished than you may have been invited. If so, the host who invited both of you will come and say to you, "Give this man your seat." Then humiliated, you will have to take the least important place. But when you are invited, take the lowest place, so that when your host comes, he will say to you, "Friend, move up to a better place." Then you will be honored in the presence of all your fellow guests. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted.
Él empezó en el versículo 7, right? 7. Yes. Ahí fue que él empezó, ¿sabes?
7.
7 al 11 fue que leí. Gloria a Jesús.
What this parable is talking about is that we have to be humble. People who try to make themselves better than others will be humiliated because nobody is better than anybody else. We're all created equally.
Esta parábola habla de ser humilde. Está yendo un poquito rápido para mí. Más lento, ¿ok?
People who try to make themselves better than others will be humiliated because nobody.
Las personas que tratan de hacerse más o pensar que son más importantes que otros van a ser humillados.
Because nobody is better than anybody else. We're all equal.
Nadie es mejor que o ninguna persona es mejor que otra. Todos somos creados iguales.
But if you are a humble person, then you all get humiliated. You would get rewards and blessings.
Si tú eres una persona humilde, no vas a ser humillado, vas a recibir bendiciones y rewards, recompensas. Gracias.
Humble is like when you know that your value and how special you are comes from God, and without Him we are nothing.
Ser humilde es saber que tu valor viene del Señor y sin el Señor no somos nada.
An example is like when somebody wants a trophy, don't go like, "Oh, I could have won that trophy. I'm much better than this." That's what you shouldn't do.
Un ejemplo de no ser humilde es que cuando alguien gana algo, un trofeo o algo, tú no debes decir, no voy a hacer la huellerizo.
No, the same, they're the same.
No decir que soy mejor que otra persona, yo pude ganarme eso, yo soy mejor que eso no está bien, eso no se debe hacer.
What you should do is, "Oh, good job. I'm glad that he won a trophy."
Lo que debes hacer es decirle, muy bien, estoy bien contento que tú ganaste.
Okay, here's something to remember what not to do.
Esto es algo para recordar que no hacer.
DEY or they.
D-E-Y. No va a salir igual en español.
It stands for don't exalt yourself.
No te exaltes a ti mismo.
That means you shouldn't brag, be proud, not too proud. You gotta be enough proud, but not too proud. Or show off to other people.
Que no seas orgulloso. Él dice que debes tener orgullo, pero que no ser orgulloso y creerte más que otra persona, que debes tener un balance.
Okay, now I'm going to the next parable, which is the parable of the Good Samaritan.
Ahora va para la segunda parábola, que es la parábola del buen samaritano. Y eso se encuentra en
Luke 10, verse 30 through 35.
Lucas 10, del 30 al 35. Búsquenlo en su Biblia para que lo puedan seguir mientras él lo lee en inglés. Santo Jesús. Gloria a Jesús. Santo Jesús. It's not working today. It's fine.
In reply, Jesus said, a man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, where he fell into the hands of robbers. They stripped him of his clothes, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, and when he saw a man, he passed by on the other side. So too, a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by the other side. But a Samaritan, as he traveled, came where the man was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he put the man on his own donkey, took him to an inn, and took care of him. The next day, he took out 2 silver coins and gave them to the innkeeper. Look after him, he said, and when I return, I will reimburse you for any extra expense you may have. So what this one is talking about now is that we have to be kind no matter what.
Esta parábola habla de que debemos ser bondadosos, no importa qué pase.
If we are in different cultures, it doesn't matter.
Que aunque seamos de diferentes culturas, no importa.
Like the Samaritan. Jews and Samaritans have been in war together for a long time.
Como en esta historia samaritano, en estos tiempos los samaritanos y los judíos estaban en guerra, no se eran enemigos.
But the Samaritan didn't care about his culture. He took pity on the man and took him to make him better.
Pero este samaritano no le importó la cultura y fue y ayudó a esta persona para ayudarlo a mejorarse.
But that was the surprising part to me. It was 2 Jews that passed by to the same guy and they didn't even care about him. A Samaritan, which is like the enemy of the Jews, came and helped him, which was really, really nice.
Y lo más que le tocó es que pasaron otros 2 judíos y no quisieron ayudar a este samaritano, pero que esta tercera persona lo ayudó, no importando la diferencia de raza.
That's what we're supposed to do when there are people in need.
Eso es lo que nosotros tenemos que hacer cuando hay alguien en necesidad.
For example, when there are people who don't know God, tell them about God.
Por ejemplo, si hay alguien que no conoce del Señor, habla del Señor.
Or when there are people on the streets, give them food, money, clothes, or stuff.
Si ves personas en la calle que no tienen hogar ni comida, provéele comida, dinero o ropa.
We have to show people we care because we make God happy when we do that.
Tenemos que mostrarle a las personas que nosotros we care, nos importa, nos interesa a las personas y sus necesidades porque hacemos al Señor feliz cuando hacemos eso.
And if we are fat or skinny, black or white, rich or poor,
Que aunque seamos gordos, flacos, blancos, negros, ricos o pobres,
we just have to show our love to each other.
tenemos que mostrar nuestro amor a unos a otros.
That's what this parable is trying to tell us.
Eso es lo que esta parábola nos dice.
The commandment says, love God with all your heart. When we help others, we show our love to God.
El mandamiento nos dice que amemos a que nos amemos a unos a otros.
And like the commandment, love your neighbor as yourself. If you love yourself, you should love others even more.
Y como el mandamiento que nos amemos a nosotros, que así como nos amamos a nosotros, amemos a nuestros vecinos. Me hablaron de ayer y se me fue. Y si te amas a ti mismo, debes amar a otros más todavía.
Okay, that was the end of the second period. Now we're going to the third period, the last one.
Y vamos para la tercera parábola, que es el hijo pródigo, en Lucas 15 de 11 al 22.
Or Luke 15, verse 11 to 13.
Y nuevamente, si no entienden inglés, búsquenlo en sus Biblias, por favor. Gloria a Jesús, aleluya. Gloria a Jesús.
Jesus continued, there was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to This one's gonna be pretty long. It might take a while. Jesus continued, there was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to his father, Father, give me my share of the estate. So he divided his property between them. Not long after that, the younger son got together all he had, set off for a distant country, and there squandered his wealth in wild living. After he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in the whole country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to a citizen of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. When he came to his senses, he said, How many of my father's hired men have food to spare, and here I am starving to death? I will set out and go back to my father and say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired men. So he got up and went to his father. While he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. So they began to celebrate. Meanwhile, the older son was in the field. When he came to the house, near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked him what was going on. Your brother has come, he replied, and your father killed the fattened calf because he has come back. He has come back safe and sound. The older brother became angry and refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, Look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours who has squandered your property, when prostitutes come home, you kill the fattened calf for him. My son, the father said, you are always with me and everything I have is yours. But we have to celebrate and be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. What this one is talking about now is that God cares about us.
Esta nos habla de cómo el Señor nos ama.
God cares about us because He made us. He is our Father, Creator, and friend.
Y el Señor se interesa por nosotros porque Él nos creó, es nuestro Padre y nuestro amigo.
And then when we leave Him to find joy,
Cuando nos vamos a buscar el gozo,
He gets really sad when we leave Him.
el Señor se pone triste cuando nos vamos de su presencia.
Then we all get lost and confused in this horrible world.
Y después estamos perdidos y confundidos en este mundo horrible.
Then our lives are a mess, ruined, and without God, we are nothing.
Y nuestra vida es un reguero, está destruida porque sin Él no somos nada.
Because this world has nothing to offer, only evil.
Porque este mundo no tiene nada que ofrecernos, solamente maldad.
And it will never bring us real joy.
Y nunca nos va a traer gozo verdadero.
What this story sort of reminds me of is the skit that they did one day on Friday and Sunday.
Esta historia le recuerda a él al drama del skit que se hizo este week que pasó el anterior.
Because the girl first started off with God, but then little by little she gets away from God.
Porque la muchacha empezó en la presencia del Señor y poco a poco se fue alejando del Señor.
And then she has to fight to get back to God.
Después tiene que pelear para regresar a donde el Señor.
And then God comes and saves her.
Y Dios viene y la salva.
But when we come back to Him, He gets joyful and happy because we have come back to God.
Y cuando regresamos al Señor, Él le da mucho gozo de que regresamos a su presencia.
And He fills us with His love and blessings.
Y nos llena de su amor y sus bendiciones.
He takes care of us and protects us, and He gives our lives a whole new meaning.
Él nos cuida y nos protege y le da a nuestra vida un totalmente nuevo sentido.
Filled with real joy, peace, and happiness.
Lleno de verdadero gozo, paz y felicidad.
Life with God is the best, and we were created to live for Him.
La vida en el Señor es lo mejor y fuimos creados para vivir para Él.
So these are all my parables to sum things up. The first parable was
Estas
about,
son todas sus parábolas y para resumirlo,
the first one was about being humble.
la primera era de lo importante importante de ser humilde.
The second one was about being kind to others no matter what.
La segunda es de ser bondadosos a otros, no importando lo que pase.
And the third, the one we just did, was about God caring about us.
Y la tercera es sobre el amor de Dios y cómo el Señor se interesa por nosotros.
And that's my preaching about to you today.
Y hasta aquí el mensaje.